Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Jamesy Williamsy Show. Well, I hope everyone's doing well. I got back from the first convention that I've ever had. But the first tabling, I've been to conventions, but just not somebody who had a table before. But anyways, I didn't do very well. You know, I met some nice people along the way, but I didn't sell anything really. I wound up giving away a couple of copies of my book to some people that seemed a little bit interested. And I gave away a free drawing to a guy who was really into my art style. Like he really seemed to really get what I do. So that really meant a lot to me. And I just told him you could just pick out any drawing in my binder. And I believe he chose the Wolverine picture. So, yeah, that's cool. So let's see what we got today. Besides the yesterday thing. I got a mail today from Danny Ferbert, the real mail, snail mail. And I actually got these. This is Dick Blaster. These are kind of like undergrounds or you know, almost like, I'd say they're in the vein of Tijuana Bibles, but, you know, they're their own thing. These are written by Jeffrey Williams, very talented dude. We used to talk all the time. But as friendships, you know, go on, sometimes they seem to talk less. But hey, what can you do? There is the second volume, and here is the third. Right, no, this one's still in a plastic bag here. Going sideways again. And here's the back. And there you go. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh no, this is a blank bag. Another blank bag. But let's see if there's any contact information. Bear with me, guys. You know about my issues with my hand. Okay, go to read more. Go to http://electrictransit.wordpress.com. Let's try that again. electrictransit.wordpress.com. Yeah, so check those out. They look really fun. I haven't got a chance to read these yet, but the guys have been toiling away. I really like Danny's style. Let me show you some of the interior. Yeah, Danny really has the goods. He has the chops, and I highly recommend his books. There you go. Jeffrey's got an interesting story. He's a Pittsburgh native, and he was, you know, I wouldn't say friends, but he was acquaintances with Ed Piskor before his tragic passing. And April 1st of 2024, I believe it was. So, yeah, so that's interesting. I know that he knows Jim Rugg on some level. I don't know the details, but that's kind of cool. All right, now I'm going to show you some art that I've done. Now, I've done these for Phil. Shout out to Phil. He's Comic Book Phil on Instagram. Check him out. All right, I gave him this one. He asked me to draw the Max, and I obliged. But then he was like, oh, Hellboy. So I gave him a Hellboy as well. There you go. So those will be mailed out after this specific video. Alright, now, this I drew at the convention yesterday. That's supposed to be Wolverine. A little abstract. I tend to do everything a little abstract, as you know. Alright, then, let's see. I got some tape stuck here. Here's a work in progress. This is actually Spawn. I don't really draw Spawn very often. I decided to go without the mask. But I might just give up on that one. I'm not that excited to draw Spawn. Then I've got another Max piece. I don't think I've shown this one off unless I showed it off this morning on my short. Yeah, check out my shorts. I started doing shorts then. Here we go. Well, let's see what else is in here. Alright, then I've got a little Superman one. Ta-da! You see, Superman is holding a shovel. Now, why would Superman need a shovel unless he's up to no good? Well, I think me and Lex are the only ones who know what Superman's really up to. Alright, that's it for those. Let me see some of the previous ones that we did at the show as well. Alright, I did a Cerebus. There you go. And another Max. Here we go. I was really happy with the sky on this one. And those weird little abstract thingamajigs. And the night before the show, I did Electra. So this one, you've probably seen before. There you go. Okay. Let me just set these aside. Oh, I also did another Max commission. Somebody asked for a baseball card size commission. I told him I'd send him the paper and he can cut it himself because I'm not taking the risk of messing it up with my arm condition. And all right, and Phil, these will be in the mail today. Okay, now on to the other portion of the show. As you know, I like to show off my books. Well, today I'm going to show off some signatures and remarks that I have in my collection. That for the most part, I bought these without knowing they were signed, with the exception of this Mobius book. This is book 7. Yeah, I lost the cover a long time ago. In fact, Mobius was still alive when I lost the cover, but it is signed, as you may be able to see there, hopefully. And that's kind of cool. I mean, while it doesn't have the cover, it has sentimental value to me. I don't really plan on ever getting rid of that. All right, and then last year, I contacted Rick Veitch. He was putting up remarks for sale, and I got the very first one. It was a Swamp Thing, and he's really good at these remarks. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know if there's a French twist on that, but look at that. That's original artwork there. That's really, really cool. He really has mastered the remark. All right, now, so those are the ones I knew about. Now, here's a couple that I didn't know about at the time. All right, I bought some Alan Moore Tomorrow Stories trades. So I wound up with more Rick Veitch, and that's just an odd coincidence, but there you go. There's Gray Shirt. Probably my favorite character in the Tomorrow Story stuff. It's between him and Jack Be Quick. Oh, and then we have this one. This is the second volume. And we have a Gray Shirt there. Well, that was a nice surprise. I bought these for fairly cheap, so I was surprised to find that they were signed and remarked. That's really cool. Well, that's pretty much all I've got, except I do have one personal thing. Well, I don't know if you can hear me whistling. Yeah, well, I was whistling earlier. Let's just say that. I'm not really getting very loud here with my whistling. But it was the first time I've whistled in 5 years since my stroke. And that's pretty freaking awesome. You know, accomplishing something like this kind of small, but once you've gone like 5 or 6 years without doing it, it kind of stands out when you've made progress. So that's really, really cool. So I have that, and I also a shout out to my new friend Brucetta, who I've met at the rehab center. Now Brucetta just turned 80 years old, so happy birthday to Brucetta. And Brucetta actually baked me some cookies. They were the best cookies I've had in my entire life. They are so freaking good. Now I have diabetes, so I only ate 2 myself, but everyone in my family had the rest of them, and they were, you know, the talk of the house, you know, for the couple days there. Well, there you have it. Thank you, Brucetta. And I'll see you guys at Hershey. Well, some of you guys at Hershey. And I'll see you on the next episode of the James E. Wamesy Show.